My dear crystal lovers, welcome back to another vlogcast. If you're new here, my name is AM and I have a wonderful webshop named Aviuvi where I provide you with the most spectacular sustainably sourced crystals. In the vlogcasts, I love offering you some insights into all things crystal related, of course, but also metaphysics and sustainability. Today's vlogcast is all about the new collective consciousness that is emerging from within and that we're slowly but surely getting used to. I want to point in the direction where you're actually able to recognize it and tune yourself to this wonderful energy. The information I'm giving you here is first of all my own personal interpretation of life, but I personally and in business do rely on various sources that I've found reliable and consistent over the years. As always, I encourage you to use your own discernment, your own inner knowing. If any of what I say is a match to your inner knowing, that's wonderful. And if it's not, it's okay too. I'm sure you'll be able to find what you're looking for elsewhere. I'm not here to defend my beliefs or my experiences, but as a curator of the information I find relevant. When I use the term collective consciousness, what I'm referring to is the shared spiritual experience that we have here in this human existence on planet Earth. It is my experience that we're all first and foremost connected in spirit. And through our physical, mental, and emotional voyage here, we co-create a collective consciousness. Most basically, we have a shared experience of contrast here, and individually we daily sort out what we like and what we don't like. In current years, we've had some rather extreme challenges presented to us, where we've had to figure out what we personally prefer, and that has been a challenge, of course, but it has also been a wonderful catalyst for what I call the new collective consciousness. Truthfully, there is a new collective consciousness all the time. The present moment is reborn constantly, and all we really have is the present moment. So on a higher level, I am fully aware that words like new and old only relates to the illusion of contrasting times, the contrast that we experience as these avatars on this earthly plane. I truly honor everything that's happening here though, the polarities and everything in between. And we're definitely taking the human life experience to another level now. As we move further along with this, you can call it clash of reality time period, what does it really mean to be a human being operating the new collective human consciousness? Well, as with everything right now, we are collectively exploring the extreme avenues of personal choice, self-expression, identity, and morphing the body, just to name a few. Big questions such as, do we have authority over our own bodies? Are we free to express what we choose? And should we collectively punish those who disagree with us or those who disagree with the majority? These are of course not new questions, however they are highly saturated because of the unique conditions that we find ourselves in. These issues have become global, personal, and very confrontational. Even when I say this, I feel myself getting totally uneasy because these topics have become so polarizing over the last years. In the future though, the collective consciousness might not be as collective as we used to, but rather the collective consciousness in various levels. Once again, it comes down to the individual and where you personally choose to be. The archetype of the humanitarian has become quite extreme lately. The idea of a modern-day philanthropist is completely crumbling, and I would say mainly because this archetype has been hijacked by unprecedented greed, so greed that we've never seen before. However, on the bright side, this once again points us away from the systems and back to the individual humanitarian. The new collective human consciousness is the consciousness of the true humanitarian. The humanitarians will think in terms of service to all and not only those that he or she agrees with, and instead they will create a space for reflection and dialogue. These humanitarians are first of all objective and progressive. This means all-inclusiveness, non-judgment, and a great respect for individual sovereignty. The vision is that we can do anything together when we honor our own and others' uniqueness equally. They liberate humanity by standing in their own truth, and this is probably the most important point. They stand in their own truth by being transparent and by inspiring deep meaning and purpose to others. They're working with the community and contributing to their community, collaborating and individually contributing to the collective with their own unique talents. Symbols of materialism in our societies will broadly be considered to be archaic, whereas social and cultural status is pushed to the front. So if your biggest accomplishment is making money, it simply will not cut it anymore. On the collective field, the future of communication is much more of a human way. It's emotional, and it's not necessarily for the masses because the goal is genuine interconnectivity. Where the criteria of business success in our recent past was solely defined by how much money you or your company accumulated, the future idea of success will be focused on your ability to deliver human value. The new power currency is how much you actively contribute to your community. For example, how many people you provide good work for, not just work for, but good work for. We're moving from this concept of supply chain to the concept of prosperity chain. And that means that where we are used to have our focus mainly on optimization for the sake of maximal profit, we now are focused in on creating a strong and sustainable chain of prosperity for all stakeholders involved. The advantage being to create a long-lasting and ethically sound collaboration for everyone involved. The new collective human consciousness is all about taking the power back to the people. We gain joy for others exercising their free will even though we don't necessarily agree with them. We will be honoring the individualism and the uniqueness everyone bring to the collective and build a societal structure that support individualized personal development. Independence will take a whole new collective meaning, discarding worn-out social systems that were designed to produce standardized people, instead of endlessly trying to make everyone conform to the same beliefs and the same behavior. Society provides liberation and power through knowledge so that people are able to make better choices for themselves. We're moving out of the societal goal of wealth creation, financial security, and materialism, and into goals of cultural and social progress, expansion of consciousness, and intellectual development individually as well as collectively. We allow and encourage everyone to be who they uniquely are, even if we don't agree, because we understand that diversity is what sets us free. Will all of this manifest in 2022? No, it will be a gradual evolution with many, many challenges catalyzing us along the way. We have a long way to go, but we have now collectively turned a corner. So today my hope is that I'll provide you with a probability, a scenario that you may or may not resonate with, but nonetheless one that offers an arrow. This is the new collective human consciousness, and I hope that you'll join me in spotting it every time it manifests. Thank you so much for listening, and if you enjoyed this vlogcast and would like more of this information, please make sure to like, share and subscribe. It helps me to know what you want me to talk about, and it helps others to find this content if that is what they're looking for. I hope that you'll have the most wonderful day with so much love to you and yours.